Hello, community. Um, I'm here to try and give this fold. I'm sure you've seen throughout over YouTube of that fold where the $20 bill depicts, as you see here, the World Trade Center on fire. I'm going to try and give it a little more, give it some validity. I'm not saying it's absolutely true, but this might sway you into a different direction. Now, I applied this that fold that was on the $20 bill, and I found in the dollar bill, uh, the same fold. If applied to the dollar bill, you get different results. I'm not going to get into the magic with the omega around George Washington symbol. Or I'm not going to get into, the videos you've already seen. Because I've seen them with the, on the outside of the dollar. With the pictures on the dollar. With the 13 of this and 13 of that. And the New World Order. And the Star of David and the stars above the eagle's head. And the 13 stars. I'm not going to get into that and try and explain that to you. Because I think what I've discovered is hidden within the dollar itself, but you have to manipulate it, breaking it down to its smallest compound. Or not the smallest, but breaking it down. So we go here with the old wonderful dollar bill that some people consider a talisman, which means, it has magical properties, it's mystic. So here's what I did. I did the same fold, fold it in half, fold it over, and then over again. And got this little shape. Didn't really show anything here, but when I turned it over, kind of like the eye up there, and a little bit of stuff here. But it kind of reminded me of that a little. So, and continue to fold it in on itself. And again. Sorry. And turn it over. This piece here, I call the alpha piece. This is the first piece I really discovered a lot of stuff with it. On the 2D aspect. The 2 dimensions with geometry or sacred geometry. Now, I'm going to fold it one more time to show you. Fold it one more time in on itself. This one I call the omega piece. This is a whole other video. I can show you a lot of stuff with this one too. And so let's go back to the alpha piece and show you pretty much, if anyone knows anything about geometry or trigonometry, I'll show you. Oh shit. Hold on. Pretty much this is a right angle. And of course the opposite side of a right angle is a hypotenuse. And this I'll show you. Pretty much the 90 degrees. Pretty cool. Just find that interesting, that you can see geometry is being applied to this fold that showed the World Trade Center on fire with the $20 bill. I mean, I go just continuing to fold it further, showing geometry. So I'm going to putting 2 alpha pieces together on each other like a puzzle. It makes a square. That's pretty cool. 2. We're going to use numerology in here, or numbers, number theory. And it's just interesting that there's 2. Here's 3. Kind of looks like the nuclear symbol. find it interesting, as you can see in here, in here. And I have this thing I'm going to do with some of these shapes where it's this, all the eyes are pointed inward, and then I'm going to show them all the eyes in the same, pieces in the same position, pointed outward. We get different effects. This is an interesting one. Kind of seen this like in a Transformers or something. Maybe knights with their helmets. And we'll go back to this, the alpha piece, but we're going to show you the next shape, which is an interesting one, to say the least. This is interesting. It's this is the octagon, I can see, but to an extent it's not an octagon. It's an 8-sided shape, but if you can see the outer edge, it's a angled. It's 8 sides, but it's shaped differently than your normal stop sign, the octagon. And then you can see the square outline of the square here inside the octagon, and then you go even further in and you see here the square and then the circle in the square. This I kind of interpreted, and it's just my interpretation, my perspective. I think like square rooting pi, or pi squared. It's interesting. And people theorize that the square root of pi is the formula that created the pyramids. I just find it interesting that I can find this on a dollar bill just by folding a few of them. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, I'm sorry. Now I'm pointing the eyes that were inward. Now I got them outward. Got an interesting star type thing in the middle here. I don't know what it is. It's just interesting. And then we go to this shape. This shape here on the outside, I'll call the decagon. It's 10 sides, 5 pieces, or $5. 10 sides, $5, 10, Figure it out, the numbers. What's interesting about this shape, as you can see, inside the decagon, you got the pentagon. Inside the pentagon, you have a pentagram. Now, what's interesting, and my friend of mine pointed this out, was the eyes. They're peculiar, and I was like, yeah, you're right. So, again, I went with the, just see what these eyes can do, or connect the dots, as I call it. So we did this, connecting the eyes. Just connect them and see what happens. Very interesting what happens here. It's an inverted pentagram. An inverted pentagram from the pentagram. And just gets you to wonder, So, now you've seen that. I'll go on to more shapes. Now this shape here is the everything pointed outward from that shape. You get a star. All the eyes are pointed out.